All right. We're back with another real estate forums video. We're going to get real bored here. All right, so let's get on in. Welcome to the studio. I'm Lauren, real estate agent for 2 years, military veteran of almost 9 years. Worked at a major company for 10 years in factory work. Worked at another mom and pop company for about 6 years. I've done some stuff, done some things. Wouldn't recommend a lot of it. And here we go. So I found this game. If you're a realtor, this will give you some role-playing practice and some paperwork practice. All right. So last video we started out. We've got our listings over here. This would be like a simplified version of the MLS, right? And you can open the MLS and you can, do this with real properties too if you want to practice there, which would probably be a better idea because it's more real. But this one just kind of pulls up random scenarios of here's some housing, here's some clients. Now these clients, as a new real estate agent, this is where you're going to struggle. And all you can do is just get out there. Get out there. Let me say it again, get out there. And I'm kind of talking to myself as well. You just got to get out there. Every time I get out there, I'm rewarded with yet another conversation and hand out some more cards. And it's a time game, right? Everybody out there is a lead. So, but this game simplifies it down. I've got 2 people. It says clients. I would call these leads. And we're going to go look at the paperwork. Last video, we looked at the agency form. This video, we're going to look at a more specific form from Keller Williams. So we're going to go to, we've got a Lauren buyer practice. That's me. I pulled up all the forms that Keller Williams spits at you when you open up a buyer rep package. We went over agency last time. This time we're going to go over the disclosure form. All right, Keller Williams disclosure form. Let's go. So this is the multiple offers. Okay, these boxes right here. One of them says you can divulge the existence of additional offers to buyers and agents. So if I'm selling a house, right, this is for the seller's side. If I'm selling a house, the do means that if I have another offer, I can tell the agent here that I have another offer. And if the seller tells me, I can divulge the offer price and conditions, I can also do that. So, or I can just simply say, you're going to have to do better than that. If it's do not, they just want to take offers and take the best offer. So I would recommend do because we can work people, if you know what I'm saying. We can work the best offer for the seller. So do definitely does that. Do not, that'd be like, I don't know. I don't know why you would use do not, honestly. But I'm sure there's a reason, maybe in the higher house brackets, they just don't want to fart around with it. They just want to take offers, and that's that. Maybe if they're in a hurry, they just want to take the best offer and get out. So, but the option is there. The whole purpose of this paperwork is to provide options and information to the client. So the buyer is the seller's choice to divulge or not to divulge. Like, buyer doesn't get any choices here. So upon closing escrow, buyer irrevocably, what the fuck is that word, right? Come on now. This is where paperwork starts turning people away, man. Like this wording and everything. But unconditionally releases and holds Keller Williams Classic Realty, inclusive of all companies, family companies, harmless from any claims, costs concerning the condition of the property and the surrounding area to the maximum extent allowable by law. All right. So kind of says when you close escrow, the buyers decided that it's good enough for them and they're happy with it and they're not going to sue us. That's pretty much what that says. Yeah, I've definitely seen this. Man, this last line. If you bring children with you on showings, don't let them do gymnastics in the house. God dang it, man. All right, so property disclosure statement. This is a big one. If you disclose lies, you shall get sued. Or if you don't disclose something that you know about, you shall get sued. Capital gains. Okay, this is pretty much saying that realtors aren't tax professionals. Consult a tax professional. Warranties, inspections, these are all things you should be thinking about as a buyer or a seller. Sellers may elect to have a pre-listing inspection to assist in marketing their home. Buyers and sellers agree that Keller Williams Classic Realty will not be held responsible for accuracy or inaccuracy. That's the home inspector's job. But a note on that is the people that I align myself with determine the quality of my business. So if I get a home inspector that has nothing but problems, we're not hiring them again. If I get somebody who's good, he goes in the good list. You get one shot on that, bro. One shot. All right. So vendor relationships. This basically says that the real estate agent is going to have some partnerships: a loan officer, title company, insurance provider, inspection service, home warranty provider, attorney, tax consultant, contractors, or other professionals. I've got a whole phone full of that shit. I went from 50 contacts, my world was pretty small, to 200 contacts, and most of those are professional relationships. So we got that. Vendor selection process. You don't have to pick my vendors, but like I said before, the note on that is vendors get one shot. If they screw up, they better make it right. And when they make it right, I would consider that redeemed. And if they never screw up in the first place, they're in the good pile. So there. That's that. Areas of expertise. Real estate agents. This is a very important one right here. All right. We're trained in the field of real estate, but not in the many related fields. All right. You should seek the advice of a specifically trained individual for questions outside the realm of the sale of real estate. All right. Including, but not limited to, the following: accounting, tax code, appraisals. You see all those professionals that I just listed up here? I'm not those. Law, environmental issues, construction, building codes and inspections, mortgages, underwriting, title examinations, zoning, surveying, septic systems, and well issues. This is where we were just talking about this up here, the vendor relationships. These are the professionals that I am not. I'm a salesman. I help you fill out the paperwork, and I can help you contact the people that do what a lot of people think real estate agents are supposed to do. Start talking about taxes. I don't know, man. I can tell you the number that's on the MLS listing, you know, but that's not my profession. My profession is to help you fill out the paperwork according to Minnesota law to avoid shysters. That's my job, basically. Is we fill out the paperwork and we get you to the finish line without getting scammed. That's why we exist. And then legal counsel. The contracts you sign to buy and sell real estate are legally binding. If you desire legal or tax advice, again, it says taxes here, it says law here, but it says it again here. If you desire legal or tax advice, please consult an appropriate professional. All right. And then you got your buyer or seller. Buyer or seller 2. That's section 1. Section 2 is the affiliated a business arrangement disclosure statement. And this is all Keller Williams specific forms here. So this is to give you notice Keller Williams with which your broker and or agents affiliated has a business relationship and ownership interest ranging from an estimated 0.01 and 4% in Unity Home Loans. All right. If you want to go through Unity Home Loans, sweet. I rarely ever hear of people using this, but if you want to use it, we're affiliated with them. Probably get a deal. I think some agents have reported that sometimes there's problems. I mean, they're a pretty specific home loan company, but I don't want to say yay or nay either way. If you decide to use them, cool. If you don't decide to use them, cool. You just need to know that we're affiliated with them, right? Bam. Signature, date. Doesn't mean you have to use them. By signing this, you do not have to use them. It's just stating that you're aware that we have this affiliate agreement with them. That's it. Boom. Part 2 done. Affiliated business arrangement disclosure for Minnesota Home and Auto LLC. If you decide to use this insurance, cool. If you don't decide to use this insurance, cool. You just have to know that we're affiliated with them. You are not required to use Minnesota H&A as a condition for your financing of your purchase, your refinance, or any other transaction related to this subject property. You should first review the costs before making any decisions regarding the source of your home hazard and all that. It's just you acknowledgement that you have read and understand that we're affiliated. Bam. Done. Easy breezy. Stay tuned for more forms and such. And like I was saying, we would put to practice these forms. I don't think I need a lot of practice with this form. But if I was going to practice with this form, I would put this guy's name. And I would put this girl's name. Just practice typing it in or writing it, print it out and write it and shred it. You know, or just look at it and acknowledge that Noah Hughes is going to go in these slots, right? So Noah decides yay or nay. Noah signs. Noah dates, right? Today would be June 4th, Thursday. So you'd be June 4th, 26. Bam. Noah Hughes. Bam. 2. Noah Hughes. Property. You'd put the address of whatever property he's buying right here. So let's say his budget, $154,000. He wants a townhome right here. 1 bedroom, 1 bath minimum. So there and there. But before we buy that, we have to sign him as a client. Just because it says client here doesn't mean we filled out a buyer's rep form yet, which we will do in the next video. All right. Thank you for joining, and we out. If you have any questions, message me on Twitch.